Hey guys, Ambience here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to beat Chaos 2 on Ultimate Custom Night. As you may have noticed, this challenge is completely different than the last one and only has a few animatronics in common. However, it's still pretty easy with the right setup, and some may argue that it's even easier than Chaos 1. Let's get into it. But before we do, a quick shameless plug, I recently created a Twitter account for some reason, and I'm going to be posting a lot of updates on videos, as well as some helpful tidbits of FNaF information over there, so go follow that if you've been enjoying these UCN guides. With that out of the way, let's talk about setup. It's really quite simple. You turn on the power gen, place an audio lure right here in the ducts, go to cam 2, and drop the monitor. Now, if you want, you could collect 10 coins around the cameras, then buy the def coin and use it on Puppet. However, I don't think it's necessary in this preset unless you really hate GMB cycles with a passion, but hey, to each their own. If you decide to def coin Puppet, just turn off the power gen and fan when Music Man starts getting loud, but the rest of the guide will be assuming that you did not def coin him. One other very important thing to note here, make sure that you specifically go to cam 2 and do not, under any circumstances, leave that camera. Don't change cameras, don't change systems. This will cam stall the animatronics that are there and protect you from having to buy plushies to get rid of them, which is a massive help. With the setup finished, it's time to start paying attention to GMB cycles. Like I said, you'll want to start off running the power gen and fan, then switch to the GMB about 20 seconds in. This will be repeated throughout the entire night. Switch back to the power gen with the fan on at 40 seconds, then switch to the GMB with the fan off again at 1 minute. Just keep an eye on the time and meet these cycles, and this will handle both Puppet and Music Man. Simple as that. I know that a lot of you guys struggle with your GMB cycles, especially when you're first starting out, so maybe try just jumping into a round with everyone turned off and practice it until you feel like you get the hang of it. If you've done GMB cycles before and are consistent with them, then you should be fine because this challenge is relatively chill. Anyway, soon enough the ventilation will start running out. The only real threat to deal with before doing a cam flip is Freddy, and since he's only on 5 AI, you should be able to get the first one off without having to worry about him. During this time, Phantom Freddy is probably going to be in your face. Either flash him with your light, or just take the jump scare. Since no vent animatronics are enabled here, it won't do any real harm. However, if the ventilation is just about to run out, it's probably worth holding him off just so that you can see properly and you don't miss the reset button. For every reset after this, you're going to want to close the left door for about 2 seconds and wait to hear a bud. If you don't hear it by then, he's probably not there and you can just do the cam flip. If you do hear a bud, this signals that Freddy has been blocked off and you can now open the door and do the cam flip. Contrary to popular belief, you don't actually need to have the door closed for the whole cam flip, just block him off beforehand and you're good to go. Don't worry about him before then, since he can be office stalled, meaning that he only attacks with the camera up. After you reset the ventilation, go ahead and throw on the Freddy mask as soon as you can. This will prevent Golden Freddy from killing you if he spawns, which he has a pretty high chance to. After doing that, there's a chance that Rockstar Freddy may activate. If he does, like when dealing with an IRS agent, you have two options. Pay him or set him on fire and wait until he stops asking for money. Obviously, when dealing with the latter, this is a very bad idea, but it actually works pretty well when dealing with Rockstar Freddy. You likely won't have enough coins to pay him, but luckily you can just switch on the heater for a few seconds and he should malfunction and shut off. If he doesn't, just turn the heater back on and wait until he does. None of the other animatronics active on this preset can kill you as a result of high temperature, so don't worry about it. Do keep in mind that Freddy and Phantom Freddy will move quite a bit faster, but it shouldn't be a big deal. Anyway, repeat this pattern and you should be pretty much set. Well, almost. There's quite a few animatronics that I haven't mentioned yet, and that's because they're relatively minor, but you'll still need to know how to deal with them. So let's just go through the list real quick. Scrap Trap is probably the biggest problem for new players, as he moves extremely fast on 20 AI and can kill you in a second flat, so you better prepare for him. He'll attack through the side vent once per night, although he does have a small chance to not appear at all, even on 20 AI. Anyway, you'll have to shut the side vent in his face as soon as you hear a bunch of noise and see lights flickering. His attacks are random, but they do have a sort of pattern to them. He can only attack on 29-second intervals. Here's a list of every time that he can attack. During these intervals, hover over the side vent and be ready to close it as soon as possible. Don't forget that you can still close it while in the monitor just in case you get bad timing. Keep it shut until you hear a thud and you're good to go. Toy Chica and Toy Bonnie both have a chance to appear every 14 or 15-second interval respectively. When you see lights flicker and hear the whirring noise from FNaF 2 from when something's in your office, throw on the Freddy mask until they start to leave. You can also stare at them to make them go away quicker. You need to use sound to tell the difference between Toy Chica or Toy Bonnie and Scrap Trap if you're close to a 29-second interval, as the visual cue is the same until they actually appear on screen. Now onto a bunch of other characters that have super easy mechanics, just a click or a button press and they'll be gone, so we'll go over them rapid fire. Phantom BB can appear on your monitor and knock you out of it. Changing systems or dropping a monitor will make him go away, so be sure to get in, do what you need to do, and get out. If he knocks you out before you can reset the ventilation, you might have a problem. OMC will appear on screen every now and then. Catch the fish when it's over the crosshair in the middle, or he'll lock your monitor for about 10 seconds. You'll get a few attempts, so don't worry. Scrap Baby may appear in front of you after a cam flip. If you ever see her looking at you, shock her with the button on the desk. If Helpy appears on the desk, click him or he'll distract you and make noise, which can annoy Music Man. Skip L-Chip's ad, mute Phone Guy's call, don't click the parrot, and ignore both Trash in the Gang and Funtime Chica. Also, stay on cam 2 and don't ever move the wet floor sign in your office. As long as you keep it on the left, Rockstar Chica won't bother you. Well, that's all for now. Follow this strategy and you should be able to beat the 15th preset challenge. What did you think of this one? Is it easier or harder than Chaos 1, and where does it fall on the difficulty spectrum overall? Let me know in the comments. Also, I'll be doing a live stream right here on YouTube on Monday at 3 PM CST, that's April 4th. I'll be playing some Final Nights 3 and chatting with you guys, as well as giving some updates on the next few videos. See you there, and be sure to follow me on that new Twitter account for more updates. As always, if you have any questions about this guide or anything else relating to FNaF, feel free to leave them in the comments below or join my community Discord server. By joining the Discord server, you can get personalized tips on any FNaF game from myself, TruePlayer, Shooter25, and a bunch of other FNaF experts and content creators. It's a great community, and I highly recommend joining. Once again, thanks to my friends Hyper and Bonnie360 for making the thumbnail for this guide. It looks awesome. Their channels are both linked in the description and cards, so go support them. With that being said, thank you guys for watching this guide. I hope it helped you, and I will see you in the next one.